this is the one thing I really enjoy about creating travel content, is that I'm forced to get out as a part of what I do, is going out and taking photos of not necessarily places that I would normally go and venture out to when I'm traveling, besides the main tourist attraction. This is a bit off path. I suppose you could probably get a tour or a bus up here. It's a 5-kilometer walk to the ruins up here, which is a nice adventure. And I mean, you're going to get views like this. And I suppose ultimately it's about enjoying the process. You know, I do spend a lot of time editing photos and videos and thinking about when my content schedule is going to be. But this is the part that actually makes that all possible. And it is hard sometimes to want to pull yourself away from that, because I do write for a couple of other websites at the moment. But this is ultimately going to be the stuff that gets me out and seeing the country like I probably wouldn't if I was just popping in for 2-3 days. You know, typically it would start with an idea of what is around. I kind of check a map, see what the sites are. So today there's about, I think 4, maybe 5 lookout points, and I'm not entirely sure I'm going to get to all of them today, depending on how this all goes. But then I will just base what I'm going to write about, what I'm going to film on those things. And I might do both. I might post a blog, and then I might post a YouTube video based on that. And I enjoy that process. You know, it gives you that outlet for your creativity. At the moment, I've done so much while we've been here in Heidelberg, because we are so close to all the sightseeing things. I'd say within 1 to 2 kilometers, except for some of these lookouts. Just means that I'm going to have to go out and do them, because we only have about 15 days left here, and I want to kind of tie up what I've got. Let's say I've got a couple of hikes that I would recommend to people, as well as, you know, the 10 things or the 15 things that I think you should do in Heidelberg. And for such a small city, it's just got a lot to do. So, you know, those recommendations, like, I think that need to come through to make it worthwhile to post it. And one of the things I really like about what I do when I'm creating these blogs and these videos is that I try and get a better understanding of what I'm writing about. So I do my research, and, you know, I link all the necessary information for the people out there that want to know more about it. And up here, there's definitely going to be something, there's going to be a reason that these ruins are here. So it's going to be a lot of fun to go check out. We'll just keep going. This is one thing I love about walking up through the forest, is that you can't actually tell how far up you are, and then you pop out to a view like this, and you can see out there pretty much all the way to where our place is, which is about 3-4 kilometers away from us now. There's a couple of spires down there and a large church. That's the one you always hear in the other videos that we have, that is always dinging every quarter of an hour. And I mean, this is already paying off, and we're still going to be going up the hill. And I think one of the things that I find challenging about creating content is, at the moment, I've only got one camera. So I've always got to be changing between video settings and photo settings. I would love to just have 2 where I could pick one up and fire away with it, and then just pick up this to vlog and take video with. Either way, this is a great way to spend the day and to work, especially with views like this. I'm just sad that the other 2 at home can't be enjoying this with me. But this is the time when I just get to sit here and have a bit of time out by myself. And, you know, as you can see, there's a little bench here. I'm just going to sit here, have a drink of water, take some photos, and then keep heading up. So this is a good sign, pun intended. When we were actually on the other side of the river last time, this is when things started to become a bit more clear. And, you know, even though I can't read German, obviously I can tell the difference between some words and not. And this will just give us the direction that we need to go and head up to these places. As you can see over here, this one says Philosophers Walk, or Weg. And I'm just not even going to bother pronouncing the other ones, but I'm assuming that we are either going up this road here or up behind me, up this path here, and I'm quite sure it's this one here. So let's get to it. It's up the path there, and there were a couple of extra signs, and one of them I believe is a hotel or inn down here. So it means we're on the right track. On Google Maps, there's a sign that points in this direction that says there's a landmark up here, which is a good sign. But on Google Maps, it just kind of disappears, and I have been using it loosely, even though it's doing that thing where it's saying that I'm down by the river on occasion, when I'm clearly like 3 kilometers up the hill. So this is going to be like just another little adventure. I'm really starting to get away from it all now. It's so quiet out here, and I haven't seen another person for a little bit, but you know, those little rest stops are a good sign. So we'll keep walking. I think we'd probably be about 2/3 of the way there now, so let's keep going. We're going to check out this first lookout, and then we're going to head up to Michaelskloster, which has been the goal the whole time. And then after that, we can make our way down back to the Neckar River, where there are the other lookouts that are obviously a lot lower in elevation, so right by the river, which will have a really great view of the castle. So we're almost there. There were some other people just behind me. I'm not sure where they've gone. And there have been cars and various other things, so I'm very close. So I think there's a cafe up here. See, that's a nice way to, you know, almost get to the top and have a drink and have a break. I'll just go check this out. So the cafe's closed, and apparently you can just get the bus up here. That wouldn't be any fun though, right? I'll just tell Laura about that. She can come up here with me. There is something here though. Let's check it out now. How's the view here though? I'm actually standing on top of the entrance. Yeah, that's actually looks like an auditorium. Seems like all the German people who had just entered have just started to sing. That's a pretty clear indication of what this is. Actually quite amazing. Obviously, I'm going to head up to the other side now and see if I can get an even better view. Now we're heading up to Michaelskloster, and then we can finally head back down. There's a lot of history here, and some of the structures are quite amazing, so I just want to go up and have a look. Hopefully it's open. So unfortunately it looks like the main gate's closed to Michaelskloster. You can probably see, we can see a view from the outside, which is a bit sad because it is the ruins of this old monastery. And I would have really enjoyed going in there, especially after walking 6 kilometers. So I can walk directly around it. There is a road, and I can probably get a couple of good vantage points, but not going to be quite the same as getting in there. So I guess we'll take a look, and if we can't get in, let's just head back. I think one of the best parts about wanting to do this as a job is that you can make it whatever you want it to be. You know, I know a lot of people that do travel blog stuff. They do, like, you know, major hotels or different destinations or locations, but you know, I think we're doing a bit of a mixture of that with slow travel, family travel, and this kind of stuff, because this is actually just the reality of it. It's not niched down to one thing, and this is part of our slow travel, family travel. It's what we do as adults to get away from, hold on 1 minute, there's a log there, don't want to stack on that. We need to get away from our desks, and we need to get out of the house sometimes. You know, that's one of the unfortunate things about family travel, is that you don't always have a babysitter available, so one of us has to stay home while the other one goes out and does the things that they want to do. Like Laura goes out and catches up with friends, and I just go out and take some photos, which works, and just turns out that this is, you know, what I want to be doing. And I've actually, for the first time, really been enjoying my work. You know, I love writing, I love sitting at the desk and blocking everything out, and you know, I love creating this kind of content because I've always enjoyed taking photos. And if you watch the previous video, I did speak about, you know, why I think you should do this, and this is one of those reasons, you know, just getting out and enjoying yourself. And, you know, I'm just in the peace and quiet now. This is a Monday. If this is what you want your Mondays to always look like, then that's what it can be like. So we've still got a ways to go before we get down to the bottom of the hill, but fortunately it's a lot more cruisy this time, albeit with some rocks and things that I have to keep watching out for, as you can tell. And hopefully we'll have a view for you soon. So there you go, down the other side and saving the best till last, the Philosophers Way. By far the best views of Heidelberg and the Palace and Old Town. If you are coming here, you have to come to this location. It's only about 2-3 kilometers from Westad and just across the river from Old Town. And I don't think that the videos or the photos that I'm going to take are going to do it justice. The only other place that would have views as good as this, I would say, is a castle. So if you are coming to Heidelberg, and I suggest you do, come check it out from Philosophers Way.